Hi guys and welcome to another track review. This time I'm going to be talking about Green Day's new song, Bang Bang. I love Green Day, have been a huge fan ever since I was super young. They were one of the first bands I ever really listened to. Even when I was really young, just before American Idiot came out, I remember my dad liked them and he played me things like Dookie and Warning, and I really liked them. And then of course American Idiot came out and I fell in love with that album, and it's definitely an album where I can listen to it and it just reminds me of being super young and just listening to that album all over and over again. And I have memories of when we would go on holiday and stuff, and I'd bring my iPod or whatever I had, I think just a standard MP3 player, and all I had on there was American Idiot and Warning, and I'd listen to those albums over and over again. And so they're just a band that have had a huge impact on my life, and I just love the band. I think over their career they haven't had many really bad moments. I think the Uno Dos Tres trilogy wasn't the greatest, but there was definitely some really good songs on there. Apart from that, I think every single album they'd done before then was really great. And I think a lot of the reason why Uno Dos Tres wasn't as good as it could have been was because Billy Joe Armstrong had a lot of problems. He had a lot of drug problems and stuff, and of course there was his meltdown at the iHeartRadio music festival thing, which of course that video was quite popular of him getting really angry because they told him he could only do one more song. With this new album that they're making, he's completely sober, and so I was really excited for the new song, especially when they announced it last week. And when I finally heard it, it was actually it was kind of what I really hoped it would be, but didn't really expect it would be. I was honestly expecting something like Uno Dos Tres, something that kind of sounds very garage rock inspired and very underdeveloped and stuff, but no, this just sounds like Green Day. A lot of people are saying, oh, it sounds really early, Dookie sort of Green Day, but no, I don't really think it does. It has elements of Nimrod and American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown, which I think kind of has their signature sound, at least the sound that they have that's most prominent in their career. And yeah, I listened to this song and it just sounds like Green Day. And I know with this album they actually they want to sort of make statements with this album, which of course they did not do with Uno Dos Tres, but with 21st Century Breakdown and American Idiot, they had a lot of political elements to those albums, and every single song actually said something and had statements in it. So it's definitely nice to see them go back to that, instead of just making songs about love and shit like that, like they did on the trilogy. So this song's actually about a mass shooter. Basically, it's sung from the perspective of a mass shooter going out and killing people to become famous and become well-known and kind of make a statement and make an impact on people and be big on the media. And that is definitely something that I think a lot of musicians are starting to sing about now, because it is a huge problem and it's just getting worse and worse. And this is definitely a really great track, which definitely says a lot about that. But people have been doing songs like this since 2000 with Marilyn Manson's The Nobodies, which obviously was kind of inspired by how much the media capitalized and how big the media talked about the Columbine shootings. Although the difference between that song and this song is that this song is actually done from the perspective of the mass shooter, which I guess The Nobodies kind of was done, but not to the extent that this song is done. The instrumentation on this track is classic Green Day, simple yet effective. I really like the fact that this actually just sounds like simple three-piece Green Day. I really like their guitarist Jason White, but I felt like Uno Dos Tres, bringing him in, it kind of took a lot out. They were adding in these really complicated solos, which didn't really sound like Green Day. Green Day are a punk band, and so punk should be simple and fast and should only have a few chords in it. As bad as it sounds, punk shouldn't be something that's so overdeveloped and has so much to it. Punk is a simple genre, and I love that this song definitely takes the band back into punk territories. It's definitely really loud and aggressive, and it kind of has that angry yet melodic sounds that some of the singles from like things like American Idiot had, and I'm really excited for the new album. This song it reminds me why I love the band so much, and although I definitely think lyrically it's a bit weak at times, for the most part this is a really solid song when it comes down to lyrics, and I think the idea behind it is really great and really important, especially at this time with so many mass shootings happening over and over again and nothing really being done to change it. And I think this is a song that has a huge political impact, like it can have a huge political impact, and it's definitely a song that's needed right now. And I'm really looking forward to Revolution Radio, of course, the album that this is going to be on, and I know Billy Joe Armstrong has said that many of the songs on the album is going to have very strong political ideas behind it, and I'm glad that I'm glad that they're actually trying to make songs that are saying something and are angry and have a lot of angst in them and have a lot of political statements, but doing it in a different way that's not a rock opera like American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown. Like, I love those albums, but it's interesting to see them kind of not constrict themselves to a story and not constrict themselves to basically singing about one or two political statements over and over again. It's nice to see them expanding and doing more stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when the album comes out, it will be exactly like American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. I think even just from what I've heard from this song, this is going to be a huge step up from Uno Dos Tre. Like, I honestly don't think there's any way that this album could come out and be really bad and be much worse than that, unless this is the only punk song on the album and the rest is incredibly overproduced, like pop, like, I don't know, it's like something like California by Blink. But I highly doubt that's going to be the case. I think it's probably going to sound a lot like this, or at least a lot like Nimrod, American Idiot, and 21st Century Breakdown, like I was getting from this track when I listened to it. So yeah, super excited for their album. I think it comes out in October. It actually comes out the same day as Sum 41's new album. So I think just before then, I'm going to try and do two top 20 favourite songs by the band, like I did with my Blink list. I don't know when they'll be out. They may be out a lot earlier than October because I'll be going to uni and I don't know if I'll have the time to finish the videos in time by that point. So I'll try and do it earlier than before I go to uni, but who knows. I at least definitely want to try and get those videos out and done before the new albums come out. So stick around for that. I don't know if they'll be having any other songs, but similar to what I did with the Blink album, and I think Sum 41 have a new song coming out soon. So I'll be reviewing both those songs when they come out, if there's a new Green Day song that comes out before the album. But either way, there will absolutely be an album review of Revolution Radio. So yeah, stay tuned for whenever that comes out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
Bang, bang.